like to show you something funny. It's called How Do We Human, the podcast where we talk about all the weird and uncomfortable micro moments in life. I'm one of your hosts, Chris Binning.
I'm one of your hosts, Evan Cox.
And today we're going to be talking about that awkward feeling of either showing somebody else something that you like or think is funny, or having somebody show you something that they think is funny and you don't.
Yeah.
But first, Evan, I want to know how you doing.
Oh, I'm doing all right. A little cranky, I told you up top.
Yep.
That is funny. I didn't think about this episode through the lens of us having a podcast that we think is funny.
We're sharing it with you.
We're sharing it with you. Please laugh. So I mentioned before we got going, I had a work dinner. We've got a new. I've got a new boss. They live in New York. They came out to feed us Los Angeles people.
They brought some New York slices.
They brought pizza.
I'm from New York. Pizza from anywhere else is garbage. And it's my only opinion.
So this restaurant was amazing, but definitely on the, west side, higher prices, nicer place. Sure. And I'm, in person meeting my new boss. So I'm like, I want to look nice, Yeah,
what'd you wear?
I don't want to go over the top because I felt like it was a casual thing, but all those factors are factors, so I wanted to look nice enough. And I chose a very nice, I have a nice button-up shirt, but it's short sleeves, but it still looks nice, one of those kind of shirts.
Yeah.
It's a nice short sleeve button-up. And I was like, I'm just going to wear that, my black chinos, because that's a good way to look nice but keep it cash.
Yeah.
Pair of chinos. And I'm looking all over for these things. Where are my black pants? I need my black pants. And of course, this is the one time I waited way too long in the day. I was like, well, certainly, I've only got so many pants. I'll just go over to my drawer, get those pants out, put them on one leg at a time like everybody else.
Wow.
And go to this dinner. And I'm like, wow, where are they? I'm looking everywhere. Finally, I find them. They're like at the far reaches of my bedroom for some reason. I'm like, why were they over here? I don't know, but I don't have time to worry about it. I'm going to put these pants on one leg at a time. I'm going to pull myself up by my bootstraps. And I'm going to get in the car and go to dinner. All right.
Okay,
I'm in the car. Right. I'm driving to the west side. Here we go. It's too late to turn back. I will preempt. I did find the reason and remember clearly the reason those pants were on the other side of the room. And that is I blew a big old hole in that crotch.
Oh, yeah.
And now I'm about to go to a work function with a good, 2-inch long hole right in the crotch of my pants. Now, fortunately, it's on the underside. So it's like I'm either like standing with my legs very closed.
Yeah.
Or sitting, but never in between. For people will see my undie pants. It turned.
This is a good way to meet your boss.
It is. This
is a power move.
Listen, ball's on the table here. Let's get to business.
Oh no, the episode's getting horny again.
That's basically it. Turned what should have been a very chill, fun dinner into just anxiety central. And of course, when we got there, not everyone was there, and they wouldn't seat us. So my whole thing is, like I said, I want to be standing or I want to be sitting with everyone, and no one could see. But not everyone was there. They wouldn't seat us. So we were in this tiny little waiting area. Some people were sitting. I had to stand because there was no room to stand. So now it's like I'm at eye level of stress. Not a fan. I got to get rid of those pants or fix them.
Yeah, I guess So is that why you kept them? Is like maybe I'll fix them someday?
100%, which is last episode, pants and repairs. That's what this is, the fallout of pants and repairs and doors. I made car doors, restaurant doors. I went through those too. But
Yeah.
the fallout is I have 2 pairs of pants that I've kept because I briefly got into like hemming and how to do clothing alterations. It's really fucking hard. It's beyond my skill set, but I got all the
Yeah.
things to do it. And so I just set them over there like, I'll do it. I got this. And then you accidentally wear them out. And ouch. Awkward. But that's just me. I'd like to know more about you. Chris, how you doing? Let me see how you doing, god damn it.
Thank you. I'm doing all right. This is something that happened several weeks ago at this point, but of course at the end of the last episode I pitched that hey, it's time to make the Dadish movie with
yes.
you know, the Super Mario Brothers movie making so much money. It's time to make more animated video game
It did occur to
movies.
me. I don't know if anyone knows what Dadish is. But it's a
of
cell phone
course,
game.
A little mobile game about
Download it, it's
a
fun.
dad radish.
Yeah.
And he loses all his children and he's got to go through many side-scrolling levels, just like Mario,
The platform
to rescue
game.
all his children.
It's a blast.
And of course, his absentee wife,
Estranged wife.
Momado, a mom tomato.
Yeah. Who occasionally will give him a ride across some water. Bounce him.
It's a fun game.
It's great.
But I was just out of curiosity, like I was like, have people already done like fan casting on the internet of like who should be in a Dadish movie?
Oh.
Because they've done it for, you know, a lot of video game franchises. People get out there and they're like, this is who I want as Crash Bandicoot. This is who I want to play Master Chief.
This
like
is a
all
world
sorts
I'm
of
unfamiliar
randoms.
with.
Oh, yeah.
Interesting.
There's almost any like popular franchise, whether it's like an animated like cartoon or if it's a video game or a book, like you can find people that have fan casted the properties already.
I was going to jokingly
want to play those characters.
I was going to ask you, well, who would you then cast as Pac-Man? And Pac-Man.
Pac-Man.
And I realized I already knew the answer, and it's Richard Kind, and that movie would make millions of dollars.
Yeah, Richard Kind's pretty good. I was going to say Jack Black, but I prefer Richard Kind. It's a better choice.
Richard Kind fits anywhere. Love the man.
Yeah. Anyway, nobody has done this for the Dadish property because Dadish is still relatively new.
Yeah.
Started in like 2020, I think is what I found.
That makes sense.
But as a result, there are a lot of people asking, should I play Dadish? Is Dadish a good game? Is Dadish hard? Like all these questions.
Great questions.
And there was one comment, and because you and I have played all 3 Dadishes,
yes,
as well as play the daily Dadish, I want to know your experience with how this comment that I saw hits you.
Okay.
Because somebody was basically like, the game is fine. It's too easy. I've played all 3 versions and died maybe twice.
Okay.
I find this upsetting. I don't think that the game is hard.
Yeah.
But is this an exaggeration that somebody played all 3 games and cumulatively died twice? Is that hyperbole, or am I just not good at video games?
That is Yeah, I think it's tough when you read shit like that when it's like, I mean, it sounds like you're just very, very good at video games, if that's true.
Yeah.
And then what's the problem? You played 3 full games. Clearly, you liked it. Like, what's the
Yeah.
complaint? You could play one level and go like, "Oh, this is too easy. Not for me." What's the complaint? I don't know. People just like to complain. I think that is ludicrous. I think most likely they died several times. It's not an
Yeah.
impossible game, if that's what he's trying to
Right.
say.
Yeah. Exactly.
But it's occasionally really fucking hard.
It is occasionally very difficult. You have to be very precise on several levels.
Yeah.
Which can be very
Especially
frustrating.
any of those levels you got to get on the back of that damn dolphin, and
I know. I hate
brutal.
the dolphin levels.
Dolphin.
So, anyway, that was something that Daddish was something you had shared with me.
Correct.
And perhaps you were like, "Ooh, I hope he likes it." And I did.
Hooray! But that then flips around to the dark side of sharing stuff with other people is other people's opinions.
Yep.
And I realized in kind of writing notes for this episode, like, I don't think I ever actually want other people's opinions. I just want them to like it. I enjoyed something.
Sure.
I hope they enjoy it as much as I did. I'll be like, oh, that's too bad if they didn't enjoy it. But I never want to hear their opinions.
Yeah.
I never want to hear someone's actual critical thoughts about something. Like,
Yeah, and I mean, I think that, like, it's tough when, like, as an example, somebody just sends you a meme, right? I don't know if you have any meme senders.
Oh yeah. Certainly.
Hey, meme sender. That's as in big spender. Anyway,
I'll take your word for it. I don't think I'm familiar with this song.
But anyway, I'm pretty good at when somebody sends me a meme.
Yeah.
I receive it on my phone.
Good.
I'm pretty good at not being like, "Hey, this meme is not funny to me."
Yeah.
But I also don't like to just respond, "Haha."
Ha ha ha.
Yeah. So I don't that's where I struggle cuz I know that they want to know that I've seen and enjoyed it.
Yeah.
And that's my struggle.
I'd like to, because I feel the same way, and I'd like to think, I'd like to think that people who do have a constant supply of memes and send them, they do just what I said. They just want the other person to enjoy it. Maybe I don't need to say much more than ha ha ha. But when it is, you got friends that want to send a meme a month, maybe. Would you join a meme a month club? Or you already in one?
Yeah. I don't know.
Like, it's possible that just acknowledgement of it is enough. But I do feel that pressure of being like, and like saying it out loud, it feels like way too much because it's just a meme. It's a joke. It's like someone has to joke. Like when someone sends like a long YouTube sketch or something like that, I'll watch the whole, it's like a 5-minute sketch. Watch the whole thing. And then I absolutely feel like I have to make a comment. I can't just say, ha 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 ha, or, oh, that's so funny. I have to go like, that's so funny. The part when this happened fucking killed me, like whatever.
Sure, yeah.
And I'll try doing that with a meme sometimes. But there's only so much you can grasp. It's generally like a partial sentence at most. But I don't know. I'm always good to see them. I'm glad to see you, memes.
I know that we've talked about this, but like, I don't know that I can keep up with meme culture.
Oh no, it's far beyond me now.
It's pretty much beyond me. I know I've mentioned that I've started watching like meme compilations on
Yeah.
YouTube, just the like really short compilations that are like
How does that
15
work?
seconds or whatever, but
Oh.
and it's just or maybe it's like 15 to 30 seconds and they're just like spliced
Oh my
a
god.
couple like short memes,
I
short
hate
video
this.
memes. Um
I don't like that.
and every now and then there's one that's funny.
Mm-hmm.
Typically, well, the ones that I find funny are things that have gone wrong or people that have like hurt themselves doing something stupid.
Sure.
That always appeals to me.
It's always a good time.
But there's also a lot of memes from uh people younger than me
Sure.
that really do not make me laugh at all.
Yeah.
And they're often the ones when people are reacting to memes. Sometimes you get the people that are like try not to laugh challenge, and then they got their like the
No.
them on screen too trying not to
Oh,
laugh.
I hate this.
Me too.
I've never seen
And
it. I hate that
it's
you told me
always
this exists.
it's always the ones that I don't find funny at all that make them crack up. And there are three types. Well, there are two that really like seem to get them to laugh, other than the ones that I find funny where people hurt themselves doing something stupid
Yeah.
or like a thing that they're using like does not work at all.
Yeah.
And something messes up. There's one where like somebody turns on their faucet in the kitchen and water starts pouring down from their kitchen cabinets. Hey, that's funny
That's
because
funny.
it's not happening to me.
I don't even need to see it. That's funny. In text.
So
That could be a text meme.
We
Turn on the
love to see
faucet.
it.
Water came out the cabinet. So I'd be like, ha ha.
So we love memes like that. But the two that really seem to crack people up
Okay.
are either people talking about where the joke is, oh, I'm dating somebody underaged and I'm an adult. Or oh yeah, there's so many. There's like, oh, taking my girlfriend out to eat because kids are under 12 eat for free or whatever. Oh, I just
Okay.
saved some money.
All right, got it. It's
Things like that.
Dark humor. It's the modern.
Yes.
The
It's that
not
classic dark pedophilia humor.
not to bring up that in old times. Either let's just call it the dead baby joke. There's a lot of dead baby
Sure.
jokes. Was that a thing in your high school?
Yeah, absolutely.
Where it's like, it's the most disgusting, fucked up thing I could say. Ha 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 ha.
Yeah. Yes.
Cool. All right. So modern dead baby joke.
Yeah, sure. Modern dead baby joke. And then the other one is like people that you wouldn't expect to say the N-word.
Oh.
Saying the N-word.
Huh?
Oh yeah, baby.
In what capacity? Like video of it or imaginary?
Yeah. Yeah,
right.
well, it's like it's either video. It's always video, and sometimes the video's edited to make it sound like they're saying the N-word or about to say it, and then it
okay.
cuts off, or it's they say it, and then there's a black person over there to give them a reaction of like, "What did you say?"
Wow.
Those are the two things that really seem to crack people up.
This
and
is
I
funny.
Just don't get it.
This is funny
The
stuff.
third one is this one doesn't seem to make people laugh as much, but
Okay.
I've seen it enough in different compilations because it's always the same guy.
Got it.
And this one guy does the same setup punchline essentially in every single meme or TikTok, I think is the venue that a lot of these are coming from. That he makes. And so it's always like, when blah blah blah, like any sort of moment, when I'm shopping and the cashier won't stop looking at me, when I go to my friend's house and the dog is acting crazy, when I'm in class and don't know the answer but the teacher calls on me, and then it's like POV style, and it shows him looking at the camera angry, and then it speeds up and he yells and he runs to like slap whoever's looking at him, essentially.
Okay.
But it goes super fast that it's just like a blur of motion and a loud scream. I hate this. But because these memes are all just compilations, it's not like I can avoid it, because sometimes he sneaks in there. I gotta be like, this fucking bullshit again.
It sounds like you can avoid it. Stop watching meme compilations.
Well, that's true.
But
this is the thing, Evan, is
amazing.
Since I've gotten rid of social media on my phone, my like brain and muscle memory is just like looking for things
to enrage
that I
you.
can just stare and gawk at.
Totally. Yeah. Do you think this would catch on? Because that's it's been a thing for a while. The like, when the blank, a blank, blank, blank. And then it's me on video going,
Yeah, basically, yeah.
What if I would like to push for like full sentences, enough of these partial sentences. So it's just like, when I'm podcasting with my friend Chris, I have a good time. Period. Is that a meme?
Oh yeah, that's a good meme.
or taking other people's those and finishing the sentence and just put a nice little period, because I feel like I've been on hold since 2010. A bunch of people starting all these sentences. The amount of unfinished sentences we have in this country. I'm now running for office again. It's got to stop. Again, I'm back. I forget what my thing was. Or we made political signs.
That was like 125
you
episodes
don't remember?
Ago.
That's incredible. I do hate the all of these trends. I don't know most of them, but I have seen plenty of videos of people reacting to stuff, which I've been into certain ones. Like on YouTube, I'll see, it's like when we did the video games episode and talked about people watching Twitch, which is just like, now I'm watching someone else play a video game. And I never used to understand that. But I have seen like this person reacting to this comedian's joke. And there is something, it does feel like parasocial community of like, oh, I'm laughing along with someone. Nah, that's something. It's kind of like, not addictive, but like, it just feels kind of nice. But I think here's my new political statement. Any video moving forward, any video that features someone reacting to something else, which is not something they created, they're just reacting to something else, shall not be shared. You keep that to yourself. If you enjoyed watching it and you enjoyed their reaction, congratulations. That is not for other people's eyes. They will find that on their own, maybe, and maybe enjoy it themselves. But group watching, group sharing, videos of people watching other videos, no, sir. Not in my America.
Yeah, I mean, like, there's a difference, too, between, like, commentary reaction channels or videos, and
I
then
think it should all stop.
I noticed that I think commentary reactions are okay.
Yeah.
Where it's like more the person commenting,
they're contributing something.
Yeah, they're contributing more.
They're making content in some capacity.
It's like I don't know how big it is still, but for a while, a big trend was reacting to movie trailers.
Oh boy.
New movie trailer comes out, and here's my reaction. And you have either extreme, basically, is like somebody literally just sitting there in virtual silence as the movie plays, the movie trailer plays. And then at the end, they're like, oh, looks pretty good. Oh, looks pretty bad. Check me out next time. Hit that subscribe. Hit that like button. Ring that bell for notifications. Or You have the opposite where like literally anything that's happening, they're like going nuts over.
Fuck!
Yeah, exactly. Like it's
The Flash
I'm
entered
trying
the Speed Force!
to exactly. Oh my god, the Flash entered the Speed Force. Oh my god, that's Michael Keaton. Oh my god, that's Ben Affleck. The Batmans are here. It's like it's fine if you're excited for the movie.
Yeah.
But so many of the reactions feel so disingenuous
Well, yeah,
that
because
it's like
we know
very difficult to care.
We know that you already watched this trailer and you planned out what your reaction was going to be. This is not a genuine reaction. You put a camera up. You saw the trailer came out in the morning. You watched it. And you probably went, And you're like, okay, now let's do it for camera. And the camera version of is Although I will say I do love Chelsea Peretti on Instagram does just reaction videos to shit she'll see on social media, but it's just her like like chin view look of her in bed, just kind of like barely nodding and like mouthing along like okay. And those make me smile. I want to talk real quick, not to get off I know. Yes, to get off. We got to get off of YouTube. The shit makes me mad.
We do. Yeah.
Shit makes me mad. But I want to talk about more. Oh, and I'm going to rouse some people up. More professional content. We're talking television and movies. And here's the thing. I love this stuff. I sure as shit do. And there are shows that are very, very, very funny shows that I love to share with people because I'm like, these are hysterical. You'll love them. Two big ones semi-recently. The other two that just came back for a third season. That show's hysterical. And that's one I'll happily just share with anybody. But the shows that like change me that are comedies, they're funny, but they also just like have a massive wild effect on my life. I want other people to experience it the same way I do, and that's impossible. It's not going to happen. It's same as the reaction shit. It's got to happen genuinely. You and I both love BoJack Horseman. I don't feel like I could have watched BoJack Horseman, and if you hadn't watched it, been like, you gotta check this show out. You're gonna love it. It puts a weird new pressure on it. Then you might not have loved it. You might have been like, what the fuck is this? First episode's not as funny as the rest of it can be. It doesn't quite get to the depths. And a lot of people don't like to go to those depths. They don't want to plumb those depths. I live in those depths. So I don't know what I'm saying. Nathan For You is kind of the other one that I'm just like, I love that show. And I understand a lot of people not liking it or it making them uncomfortable or whatever. But I'm just like, it's a commitment. The shows I love are a commitment. And so at a certain point, I've kind of just stopped recommending those to people because people don't want to make the commitment. And then it makes me sad.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's fair. I
try to be fair.
You know, I had to pivot ever so slightly.
What the fuck?
You know, you're talking about recommending things to people and then they go off and watch them.
Oh, certainly.
On their own.
Yes.
I would like to talk about when you recommend something and then you watch it with somebody.
Yeah.
And for the most part, like, my fiance and I was like, oh, you haven't seen The Office. I think you'd like The Office. So we watched all of The Office. She really liked it.
Yeah.
And then as a rebuttal, she was like, hey, let's watch all of Sex and the City.
Right.
So we watched all of Sex and the City. I thought the show was like pretty good.
Yeah.
Those movies, fuck off.
Those man, I've heard those are bad.
Those are not good. But and now we're watching all of Brooklyn Nine-Nine. You know, it's back to me. Now we're watching all of Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Right. I could tell that she really liked The Office from like pretty early on. and there was a lot of early Brooklyn Nine-Nine time where I was like, I don't think that she
I think
likes
it's
this
working.
show.
Yeah. And how
Um,
did that make you feel?
bad.
It's a bad feeling.
It just like there's this sinking feeling of like, oh no, they know that I think that this is funny.
I
Like,
think that's what it is.
I
Yeah.
recommended this. Now they know that like I am
I'm
endorsing what they see on
I'm an
screen.
idiot. No, because I mean that's a good, like, Nathan for You is a perfect example of like I uh showed like one episode. I think just one episode. And I didn't like do that because I thought about it. I was like, I should pick the episode that I'm like, oh, I if you're gonna like this at all, this episode slaps. But I didn't. I was
Mhm.
like, we gotta watch the first episode. And that was dumb. And she was like, okay. It was very like,
Yeah.
not the reaction you're looking for. And then my reaction is like, oh, well, but yeah, it gets better. I'm like, well, why did I? But I've always, like I said early in the episode, always kind of felt like, yeah, I just want other people to like it in the way I like it. But I think there is a part of what you're saying, the subconscious, like, oh, maybe this show is bad and I'm bad.
Yeah. For sure.
Maybe I'm bad for liking it.
Yeah, I didn't get fully to that point with Brooklyn Nine-Nine, and now that we just finished season 5,
Okay.
and like for a while now I can tell that she's much more into it.
Yeah.
And thankfully what I was really nervous about was when the character Adrian Pimento shows up, played by Jason Mantzoukas.
Oh, sure.
I love that character because
Yeah.
he's just, as with all Mantzoukas characters, just off the wall,
Yeah.
completely ungrounded in reality. And it's delightful.
Manic insanity.
And I was really worried that I was going to be the only one laughing through Pimento's many antics, but she does seem to also quite enjoy that character.
Phew.
Yeah. But there have been several movies that we've watched that I remember having fond comedic memories of.
Yeah.
And then we watched them, and I don't know if it's because I can feel her not enjoying it next to me, or if it's that like this comedy may have been funny 14 years ago
Yeah.
and now is either dated or stale, or hey, those jokes are more problematic than
Sure.
high school me realized,
Yeah.
or whatever. Or maybe it's just structurally not a great movie.
Yeah.
All sorts of possibilities, but it's definitely, I think that's happened a lot more, where we've been watching a movie and before we put it in, she'll be like, is it funny? I'll be like, yeah, it was funny. And then we watch it and neither of us laughs the whole hour 45 minutes. So
it's a painful feeling. Yeah, the atmosphere, I guess, when you're watching a movie can just change it entirely. Like I think I told you I saw Walk Hard, the Dewey Cox story
yeah.
opening night at midnight in a theater with 2 of my friends, and we were the only people in the theater. And that movie did not fucking work without the audience there and just with us, and I could tell one person wasn't liking it. So it was just like, we all walked, it wasn't me going like, I liked it, but you didn't like. We all walked out of it going like, that kind of sucked.
Yeah.
And then I watched it by myself like 10 years later. I'm like, oh, this is one of the funniest movies I've ever seen.
It's very funny, yeah.
I did the same with except reverse with They Came Together, the David Wayne movie that I love so much. I saw that at a film festival me and my friend Mike, and it's maybe the hardest I've ever laughed is in a big theater full of people. And then I shared that with someone I was dating at the time, and it was like, oh, they love Amy Poehler, they love Paul Rudd, like, oh, this movie's so funny, and they clearly weren't finding it funny. And so I also I didn't laugh once. I watched that entire movie, which is full of constant jokes, which almost hurts more. Like when it's a dramedy or something, like, oh yeah, but there's a few funny moments in there. But like, nah, this is a joke a minute movie, and not a single one has landed. I don't know. I think it curses the movie forever. Like I'll always love it. It's one of my favorite modern comedies, but it'll always have that stink of, I'm not going to share that with people.
No,
That's
it's
now a
interesting
me
you
movie.
say that, because they came together as in my collection back there, and every time it's like, oh, I think I'd like to watch something funny, or I'd like to watch a rom-com. That's one of the ones that gets pulled out.
Yeah,
and it's never been chosen, and now there's a fear of will it land or will it not?
This is me with my girlfriend and Tenacious D and the Pick of Destiny, a movie I love oh so dearly. And it's not like we got to watch that. It's just like, we're looking for something funny. I think you'd really like it. I think it's really up your alley. But she never is in the mood for it. I'm like, okay. And now it feels like there's all this pressure for the D to live up to it, you know?
I know, yeah.
It's a bad feeling.
Because my favorite show is Community, I've kind of like held that one back and been like, I think you might think this is too weird or too like just goofy of a show. Not goofy, but too like out there of a show for you.
Yeah.
But now, as I've been back rewatching it, as the Community YouTube channel just like uploads an episode every week for
awesome.
like no reason. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
So I've been watching an episode a week, and I keep being like, maybe, you know what? Maybe I was wrong. Maybe you would like this show. So maybe after Brooklyn Nine-Nine, maybe that's what gets popped in.
It's pretty funny.
Next.
But that's another one I've been. One of my exes refused, would never watch Community. Said they watched one episode once.
Season 4?
It wasn't funny. And that's the thing with Community is I'm like, that and Arrested Development. Gotta watch these in order. The jokes build up. There's a lot of meta stuff, a lot of callback stuff. If you watch season 4, that whole season's pretty rough. Although the last time I rewatched it, better than I remembered. But
yeah, better than I remembered too. But I mean, still the weakest.
But it's Community is one of those shows because it had such a kind of, outside of also just being like kind of a weird meta show. It had like a turbulent production and a bunch of casting changes that had to happen in the later seasons. So it's like, it's a show that comes with caveats, but it's one of the funniest shows of all time. It's like, you just need. I'm the worst at. My sisters always made fun of me for that when I was younger. Like, what's the word? I'm like, I think we said it in the gift giving episode. Like, I give a diatribe before giving the gift. Like, okay, so you know this. Like, if you're gonna watch Community, just know the first episode. It's not really the show, you know, it's kind of where they thought it was going to go, but you'll watch it and it's good, but it's going to get better. The second episode slaps. It's going from there, but you really got to get into season 2. But it stop at season 4. It's like, I think the way I talk about shit like that makes people go like, maybe I just
I'm
won't.
not going to watch it. Yeah.
Maybe I won't. Maybe not then. It's a vulnerable thing for whatever reason. I think it's because I don't look at movies as just a popular form of entertainment. Then everybody should like this. It's like, no, I like this and you like me. And I like you. And I think you would like it. I'm sharing a special thing with you. I think you're one of the special people that would like this thing. And it sucks to be wrong.
Is there, we've each talked about sharing things with our partners and whether or not they enjoy them or not.
Yeah.
have they shared something with you that you have not cared for?
Trying to remember. I don't think there's been, which is that's always the shittier thing. Is like I feel like yeah, most of the shit that she's shared with me, I've been like, oh yeah, that was great. So I've got the spotty track record because
Yeah.
maybe I have weird tastes here and there. But no, most I'm trying to think. I don't remember anything sticking out of being like either that experience that we both went like this isn't very good. Maybe we didn't finish it, so I guess this was that it was not a comedy, but we're both big into horror movies and gothic stuff like that, and I had never seen what is it, Tim Burton's Sleepy Hollow, Johnny Depp and
Okay,
Christina
yeah.
Ricci. I'd never watched it. I always kind of meant to. And she's like, oh, it's great. And we started watching it, and we got like an hour into it, and we were just like, I don't know. It's not happening.
Yeah.
It's just not happening. And we stopped it, and we've never gone back to it. But that's the only thing I could think. And that was at least a mutual thing. And I'm not just trying to be like, my girlfriend might listen to this. I don't want her to be mad. But between the two of us, she is definitely more she can be brutal with her comments. She can really shut down something I don't like. Or vice versa, something I do like. But yeah, no, nothing really pops into my head. She showed me the good dinosaur. That was great.
I mean, my fiance does like to watch a lot of like the trashier Netflix dating shows.
Certainly.
And of course I love The Bachelor, but as I've said time and again, The Bachelor is, for as fake as it is, a well produced falsity. Whereas Love is Blind, Indian Matchmaker,
sure,
Love Island, like these are all very difficult for me to get through.
I love Love is Blind. I can't get enough. I do feel though you can't watch all of these. You gotta pick one. This is too much. This is too much love.
It's too much love.
Too much love for one heart, you know?
But have you ever, and I'm asking this question to segue into a story that I have, but where you're like, I don't know how anyone could be a fan of this. A couple episodes we were like, wow, how in the world did Last Man Standing run for a decade?
Right.
Who are these people that still watch Real Time with Bill Maher?
Right.
Like, there's all sorts of things where you're like, why are people a fan of this?
Yeah.
There's no way that anyone I know would be a fan of this. And then it's revealed to you that someone is.
Yeah.
You're like, really?
Oh, it's an interesting reveal. I haven't done it in a long time, but because I think I'm trying more and more not to rile myself up in that way of getting mad, like people like this shit. But I used to. You could just go on Facebook, go to that show's page, and you'll see all your friends who liked it.
Yeah,
like God damn it.
Yeah, I for years I've been like, why do people, especially like in America, why do we keep giving a shit about the royal family?
Sure.
I mean,
it's interesting.
It's like I understand like it's like a more it's like a fancier Kardashian obsession.
But it should just be
why do we care about them?
I get
they do nothing.
I get caring about it to the level of like we care about global relations and what our neighbors across the pond are up to, but people are into it in a very, I mean, especially now, like reality show sort of way.
Yeah.
I don't get that at all.
I don't either. And then this past weekend, my fiance was like, "Hey, my sister's gonna sleep over
To
because
watch
we're
the
waking up
coronation?
at 2 a.m.
Oh
to watch that
no!
coronation."
That is wild.
Why?
Like I get the I get, some people think these younger family members are pretty attractive. They like to see a big beautiful wedding. What about what about this King Charles coronation could be worth watching? I refuse.
Yeah, I mean, she mentioned like, oh, the historical significance of like this hasn't happened in 75 years or
It's
whatever. And it's like,
true.
okay.
You're right. I'll pull it up
But
on YouTube.
yeah, exactly. I'll watch it the next day. I'll watch the highlight reel. um, and also, like, it's not gonna take another 75 years for it to happen
Exactly.
again. So
We're probably gonna get another one this decade. I'd have to guess. Maybe this year. Who knows?
yeah. I chose to sleep through the coronation.
That's
Or
fair.
I mean, I was awake because I could hear the TV and hear them talking about it in the next room, but
What's
I
this?
I was not interested in dragging myself out to the couch to watch uh some old guy hold a bunch of artifacts
Yeah.
and then everybody leaves.
It's nice not being British. In the sense, and hey, granted, a lot of British people feel this way too, but as an American, it's nice to not have to give a shit about any of that.
Yeah.
And not feel like I really ought to have some respect for King Charles. I don't feel that pressure. Sorry, Brits. I love you, I do. King Charles means nothing to me. Like I just alienated our fans.
I know.
What's the crossover you think between How Do We Human and the royal family? Tell us. Tell us.
Yeah.
Should we get King Charles on here?
Oh yeah, let's get him on the podcast.
Okay.
Let's get Harry and Meghan on the podcast. They like to do interviews.
I almost don't want to say.
Did you find it awkward when the family said a bunch of racist shit about your marriage?
I almost don't want to say it out loud because I love the idea too much, but I kind of want to do an episode where we act like we're going to interview King Charles and we get Patrick on to play King Charles. I just see that being a lot of fun. We're coming for you, Patrick. Get your accent
April
ready.
Fools.
Oh gosh, I'm trying to think. What else is there in terms of sharing things we like? I don't know. One thing I was gonna say, because last night's dinner was part and parcel for this. 9 times out of 10, I just don't. I just don't share things I like. I keep it to myself. Yeah, at dinner, a bunch of people were talking about movies. Some people were talking about movies I like. Some people were talking about movies I don't like. They were talking about music. They were talking about concerts they'd seen. I had opinions about all these things. I had things I could share. And I just didn't. And that makes me a shitty dinner guest. But I'm like, I feel like I just get too emotionally invested in all of it to where, like, I don't know. Am I going to start an argument with someone? That's embarrassing. Yeah. If everyone's going like, we love this. And I'm like, I don't. What kind of dinner guest would that be? I don't know. I'm afraid. I'm afraid of getting hurt. I don't want to have arguments. I don't want to have to feel defensive about shit I like that other people don't like. Someone talked about hating a movie I quite enjoyed. And I was like,
what movie was it?
I'm not going to say. I don't want to call anybody out. I don't want to call anybody out. The God. No. Citizen Kane.
I'm team coworker.
Oh, you bastard! I think that's the other problem. Is I am I'm all about old movies. I love Citizen Kane. I think it's a fantastic fucking movie. So yeah, my opinions get shit on a lot by these young people.
Yeah, I mean um, the thing about being a young person is that I do feel like there was going back to YouTube for a moment. There was a sketch where it was like me as a child. It's like, what's your favorite animated movie?
Yeah.
And they're like, I don't know, Shrek 2 is pretty fun.
Yeah.
And then it's like me as a teenager / early 20s. It's like, what's your favorite animated movie? And then they're like, oh, well, the best animated feature is probably, and then they, I don't remember if they said Akira or if they said
Yeah.
some other
Anime.
international feature to show how cultured they were. And then they, go on a diatribe about what makes it so great. And then it's like me now in my 30s. And it's like, what's your favorite animated movie? And they're like, Shrek 2 is pretty good.
Yeah.
So there's like that period of time
Yeah.
where you're like, I have to seem like the smartest and coolest person in the room.
Sure.
And then before and after that is like, I like stuff that's fun.
Yeah.
So
And
I like to just like things.
Well, and that's what it comes down to is I do just like those things. I like all those things. I've never seen Akira. Sure,
Me
it's
neither.
good. But I love Miyazaki. I love Miyazaki movies.
Yeah.
And I just like all these things. And I don't like people getting upset that I like things or thinking that I'm a pretentious fool for liking a Truffaut film from time to time, as I do. Because I also fucking like, I don't know, the Puss in Boots. I think it fucking killed me.
Oh, yeah, it's great.
It's so fucking funny. Like, it can be all these things. You could just like everything. Just like it all.
Yeah.
Enjoy it all.
We could talk about this forever, but
I
we do
know.
have a quiz that we got to take.
We do. We got 10 minutes to do it.
We've got 10 minutes to do it, or less if we somehow get all of them. Originally, instead of just sharing your interests, this was going to be sharing comedy. And so something that a lot of people get very passionate about as well as stand-up comedians.
Oh, yeah.
Who's the best? Who's the funniest?
We need a list.
We need a list. And why is at the top of all these lists people who are deeply controversial? But this is a quiz on Sporkle about this is, can we name the 100 greatest stand-up comedians according to a 2010 UK poll? So maybe King Charles
Brits.
is on here.
Yeah. He's funny. I didn't say he wasn't funny. I think he's great. He did a drop in at the Comedy Store a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, he was prepping for the coronation. He did workshopping some material.
He bumped Chappelle.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You gotta
it's
do
the
it.
one person he lets bump him. He's the king.
Evan, do you have an idea of the types of names that we're gonna see on here? Do you feel like we've been doing this the last couple weeks?
Yeah.
What percentage do you think we're gonna get right?
We for 100 in 10 minutes. I feel like the percentage is going to be lower, and I think we're both unsure to what degree the fact that this is a UK poll from 2010 is going to have on this. I can't think of a massive list of names from 2010 that would be like, oh yeah, we don't really think about them anymore, except maybe one person.
But it also, I think, we should also consider the fact that, like, what we don't know is, was this, who is the best stand-up comedian right now in 2010? Or is it who is the best stand-up comedian? So I think that there's a good chance that this will be a wide range of answers.
If this is 100, I'm thinking the idea is greatest of all time. There's going to be a lot of the standards on there, but because there's 100 of them, probably a lot of very 2010 answers. So we'll see.
Yeah. Okay. Are you ready?
I am ready.
Okay. Here we go.
I want to open.
Should we start with Carlin?
I was going to say that. Oh, 28. Ouch.
Yeah.
Sorry, Carlin. Richard Pryor.
I'm going to put
I
Seinfeld
have to write the
and
last.
Pryor.
Pryor's number
we
2.
Have, Pryor at number 2.
I love Richard Pryor,
Seinfeld at 56.
Pryor number 2 and Carlin 28. What's up, Brits? Who would number 1 be then? Eddie Izzard. Let's go English.
Oh yeah, sure. Number 5.
Okay.
Good pull.
Going to 2010. Louis C.K.
Yeah. Let's see. He doesn't appear to come up.
No. Interesting.
Interesting.
So
does Graham Norton count?
Hey.
58. Jimmy Carr.
I do like Jimmy
Oh,
Carr.
hey, we got 2 cars,
Okay.
Jimmy and Alan.
So there is definitely some English leanings. Granted, I love Jimmy Carr. Okay.
Stephen Fry? No,
Stephen Fry's not really a stand-up as much. Well, let's test another who would have been as popular at the time. Let's try Bill Burr. No.
Negative.
Okay. So
how about Chappelle?
No.
Nope.
Okay. So
interesting.
I think we're thinking massive and old or British.
Yeah.
Oh, and I never gave my answer, but now it feels too late. I was going to say I think we can get 20. And now I'm doubting it.
Okay. I'm going to guess Cosby.
I was just going to say Cosby.
All right, number 74.
I wonder what bumped him down the list so far. God, I'm really spacing.
I think Stephen Wright.
Stephen
number 50,
Wright.
Stephen Wright.
You think they liked Mitch Hedberg? I think it's
E.
ERG. No, damn shame.
It's not in here. Do we think they love Jeff Foxworthy?
Maybe. No. Damn.
No, they don't.
Ron White. Get all the blue collar comedians in there.
Engvall. Larry the Cable Guy. Nope.
Last name Guy.
Was Jack Whitehall big at this time?
I don't know.
Nope,
Jack
apparently
Whitehall.
not. Mulaney?
2010. Was Mulaney not on there?
No. Gaffigan?
Ooh, no.
Nope.
I don't know if he was big in 20. I'm trying to think of British names.
Gabriel Iglesias?
Acaster. James Acaster. Acaster. No.
No. Gervais?
Oh,
there he is, number 3.
Who are other? What about like Rodney Dangerfield?
Oh, that's a good pull. Dangerfield.
No
it's
can
not
do.
on here, but that was a good.
Thank
guess.
you.
Do we think we could count like Chevy Chase or like Bill Murray in here?
Al
nope,
Murray.
But 2 other people with the last name Murray came up.
So Al Murray.
This is why when you play a Sporkle quiz, you always guess the last name because it'll pull up anybody else.
Al Murray.
Do we think they love Sarah Silverman over there?
I guess not. But that is a Taskmaster contestant. So now I feel like I got to try to remember other stand-ups who were on Taskmaster. And I can't. Although I think Greg Davies is...
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Oh, well, we got Alan Davies.
Every last name we put in, there's an Alan. That's also has that last name. A lot of Allens.
This is rough.
It is, sir. I want to be like, because granted, he would have been huge here at the time. How about Bo Burnham? No. Oh, I just thought, what's his name? Bill Bailey?
The cash cab guy? Oh, no, that's Ben.
He's up there, number 7.
Bill Bailey, number 7. What about, who's that guy from Top Gear?
Oh, yeah. I don't know if he ever did stand-up, and I can't think of his name. And I never saw that show.
Cool.
Thanks.
Do we think Joe Rogan's on here? No, he's not.
No.
Okay, good.
Interesting. We're gonna kick ourselves if we can't think of number one.
I know.
2 and 3 is Richard Pryor, Ricky Gervais. I mean, it's a UK poll. It's probably someone English. Racking my mind to think of any.
I got Andy Kaufman.
Okay.
So we're at 15.
5 away from my goal.
Yep. And 4.5 minutes to do it.
Jeez.
We're just going to start typing in common last names.
Rob Chubby Brown.
And then while you think of...
You're just typing in colors.
All right, we got a Smith.
Okay, I can't watch you typing because I'm just
Look
reading.
away.
Who are other English comedians who are huge? Not English, but what about Ellen DeGeneres?
Oh, that's a good guess. Nope.
Roseanne Barr, Barr. Hey,
yeah, got
93. Shoot.
I think Sandler's in here.
The Sandman. Huh. I really felt like I got myself onto a track when I came up with Bill Bailey, and then I couldn't think of any others. I'm like, oh, right, all these guys. Nothing.
I got Steve Coogan.
Ooh, yes, of course.
Who's the other guy in those A Trip to...
Oh, yeah, Rob Brydon.
Whatever.
Brydon.
Brydon.
No.
Nope. We're literally one away from your goal.
We have 3 minutes. This is probably frustrating to listen to.
Probably. Kind of makes us wonder if we should have done the other one we were thinking.
Maybe. I would have guessed if it's a big English name at number 1. I would have guessed Eddie Izzard would have been there, and he's not. So I don't know who it would be.
This is tough.
This is brutal. We might have to keep with Americans because we got to be spacing out on some other big names.
Yeah, that's probably true.
About no, I'm not gonna. No. Oh, what's angry long hair guy died young? Screams. Sam Kinison. Is that no?
I might be spelling it wrong, but it doesn't seem to come up.
What's
How about Eddie Murphy?
Oh yeah. Hey,
all right, we got
him. 20. Yeah, what are some of the big famous comedies? Did you say Chris Rock? Hey,
nice. He's number 8.
Okay, we're cooking. We got 1 minute. Big comedy specials.
This is tough.
Yeah.
I mean, we've exceeded the goal,
but
it really still feels like we've failed.
The funny thing is, with it being 100, I mean, I'll make this comment after time's up. I gotta. Oh, time's up. Who are some other canceled comedians? Shit.
I also think that 2010 is just like not when I cared about stand-up, which also makes it very
definitely
difficult.
Did at the time, and that sucks.
All right, time is up. Billy Connolly.
Oh, of course. God damn it.
We were missing, as well as many others that we will list after this ad goes away.
Bye-bye.
Bill Hicks.
Oh, of course, Bill Hicks. I don't know who Peter Kay is, or Michael McIntyre, or Victoria Wood, or Ross Noble, or Stuart Lee. Yeah, Dylan Moran did
Oh.
pop into my head and left.
And Woody Allen
Woody
at
Allen,
number 15.
Woody Allen was in my head before we started, and then I forgot that.
Oh,
I was
Jesus
thinking
Christ.
that.
Russell Brand at number 22. Yikes.
That makes sense.
I guess, it was a different time. Oh, we should have gotten Robin Williams, Evan. That's one that feels like...
I'm mad at myself because I said it. The Taskmaster contestants, and there's a bunch of them on here. I didn't think of any of them. Lee Mack and Frankie Boyle and Joe Brand.
Bob Hope.
Russell Howard.
Joan Rivers.
Gilbert,
Steve Martin.
Frank Skinner.
Dimitri Martin.
Johnny
I actually
Vegas.
thought about Dimitri Martin and then was like, well, if Bo Burnham's not on here, like Dimitri Martin won't be.
I was
wrong.
I was trying to come up with the name Lenny Bruce, and I failed. Steve Martin. Damn it. It's like the biggest stand-up of all time. Dennis Leary. But yeah, mostly British people. A lot of names I've never heard before.
Yeah. But to be fair, when people recommend stand-up comedians, I'll be like, I've never heard of that person. And then they go on massive tours and people pack those stadiums to see them.
That's the funny thing with
stand-up's just such a wide community.
Yeah.
With a lot of different tastes.
It's like
and names.
I feel pretty on top of stand-up names. It's just that I know the massive list. There's a massive list of massive names that just are not at all funny to me. But they're huge. And it's not like people are sitting in the audience silent but enjoying it, like some weird movie I enjoy. It's like, I can sit there silently and enjoy this. People are dying laughing at some of this horse shit. So I shouldn't call it horse shit. It's just stuff you like, not me. And I got stuff I like.
Like this podcast. And we, it might be awkward to show it to other people because maybe they won't get it.
Yeah.
And if they don't, of course things are subjective, but you should cut those people out of your lives.
That's true.
And you can send them links to this podcast because it's available anywhere that you get your podcasts, on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, Pocket Casts. You can just send them the old web browser link to howdowehuman.com. You can also rate, review, comment, subscribe, follow, whatever any of those things prompt you to do so that more people get pushed this podcast in their own algorithms.
That's all we want. Let us be a part of the algorithm.
Let us be a part of the algorithm. You can also check this podcast out on social media. You can check us out on Instagram at How Do We Human.
We got that handle.
You can check us out on Facebook at How Do We Human.
I don't think you're ready for that handle. I never remember which one's which anymore. I'm lost.
By the way,
let's see.
A brief little RIP to Metaverse. I hear that Metaverse is over.
Is it really?
Or is dying out? I'm gonna have to check that. Well, you give your little catchphrase for YouTube at How Do We Human.
Handle.
Or you can send us an email to howdowehumanpod@gmail.com.
The best part of that handle is that it's an email.
Nice.
Thanks.
This is from Business Insider. The headline reads, "The Metaverse. Zuckerberg's tech obsession is officially dead.
Fuck yeah.
Chat GPT killed it."
Oh, this is a stupid world we live in.
There's a little graphic of an open grave and some VR goggles in the grave. And the tombstone reads, "R.I.P. Metaverse." Evan, do you have anything you'd like to plug?
Of course, I spend more time than I would like floating around stupid Reddit communities and reading other people's stupid fucking opinions and getting mad about them, etc. But I try to just go to the communities of things that I'm like, I'm a fan of this. This is a show I love. This is a band I love. And particularly with music. You love a band. You go to their subreddit and you look around the comments. Man, people love to use acronyms. I don't know if it's just because it's like, oh, we want to shorten this. We don't want to say the full album title because it's 4 words long. So it'll be like I was gonna say LMYK, and then I actually said me. I've lost track. Acronyms. But I'm like, I'm not quick with acronyms. I'm particularly. I'll pull up a list so that I can read acronyms aloud on a podcast. But
sounds exciting. And again, we want you to share this podcast with other people because this riveting content.
It's important. Band I'm a huge fan of that just put something out. The National. I know they're not the indie darlings they used to be. This album has Taylor Swift on it, but I love the National so much.
We love Taylor Swift,
and
and whatever you said.
I pop around. The National subreddit and try to figure out what the fuck people are talking about, because they're like, I liked FTPOF, but it's no SWB. IAETF was not necessarily for me, but it grew on me, much like TWFM. Fuck off.
That's too much.
Fuck right off. I know all their albums, but I can't look at an acronym and just piece it together. This is stupid. I'm anti-acronym, and I'm putting together an anti-acronym AI to read acronyms, figure out the context, replace it with the full word, because you lazy fucks refuse to type it out. And that is going to be the anti-acronym AI, also pronounced as I.
Yeah, cool.
Chris.
Can I maybe,
what?
I haven't listened back to the previous episode.
Weird.
But what was the name of your previous plug?
Oh, I have
remember?
No idea.
Okay.
I remember the acronym, though.
Okay. Because it was the same?
Yeah.
Okay, great.
It was an erroneous informing apparatus.
Yeah, of course. I love product names that are loud.
Yeah. Chris!
Heyo.
What are you doing?
This is... I haven't quite figured out how to monetize this yet.
Oh, no.
But when you're on TikTok, sometimes these trends will happen, right?
That's true.
Where like a song or a sound bite will get really popular, and so everyone will make the exact same TikTok over and over again.
Yeah.
And the only difference is the people's faces.
Mm-hmm.
And then because people love these trends so much, they compile all of them into YouTube videos that are like 10-minute long compilations of the same 8-second thing over and over and over again.
I could get into that.
So I'm gonna do that.
Let no one say that on TikTok there aren't occasionally trends. That was a big statement you made. But I'm with you.
Yeah,
there are trends on there.
There are trends. There's one where somebody, and it's all, of course, as staged as possible, but
naturally, gotta be.
Somebody drops something and then they bend over to pick it up, and then somebody else is looking at their butt as they bend over, and then they turn to the camera and they go, "Oh no, I think I'm catching feelings." And you can watch that same exact thing happen over and over and over again for like 12 minutes straight.
You know what I have to say to that?
What?
Oh no. Oh no.
Oh, no, 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 no.
Okay.
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 Okay, bye, bye, bye.
bye.